Today is day 305 of the October 7th war and the Hamas hostage crisis. The people of Israel are waiting. Will the criminal caliphate in Iran try to murder our families? Will they target civilians as they've announced they plan to? Iran's proxy army in Lebanon, Hezbollah, keeps trying to murder us. It fires at us every day, 7,000 rockets, missiles, and drones since October 8th. The U.S. is reportedly warning of a possible two-wave attack, one from Hezbollah and one directly from Iran and its other proxy armies in places like Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. Yesterday, Iran's proxies in Iraq attacked Americans. They fired rockets at a U.S. base and seriously injured U.S. personnel. Because as Iran says, Israel is the little Satan, but America is the great Satan. Iran's proxy Hezbollah said it clearly. Israel is just a tool. This war is actually about America. Our war is your war. Our safety is your safety. Our victory is your victory. Iran wants to hurt Israel to hurt America. That's why it's so important that the U.S. is preparing to support Israel if Iran attacks. Supporting Israel is supporting the world's security. The U.S. is building up a nearly unprecedented military presence to help blunt any Iranian attack, like what it sent after October 7th when Hezbollah was considering joining the fray against Israel. Aircraft carriers, missile defense ships, advanced F-22 stealth fighters. The U.S. is sending a clear message to Iran. Don't. Don't mess with our ally Israel. We have its back. In news outside of Iran, we now know straight from the UN itself that UNRWA staff took part in the Hamas October 7th massacre. That's right, the UN's taxpayer-funded employees took part in the deadliest day for Jewish people since the Nazi Holocaust. UNRWA denied it. UNRWA mocked the accusation. Now, UNRWA boss Felipe Lazzarini was forced to admit what we all knew. And even now, Lazzarini is still hiding the truth, that UNRWA is a Hamas front group. Lazzarini wants you to believe that there were only 9 UNRWA participants in the October 7th rape, murder, and kidnapping rampage. But Lazzarini only even investigated 19 UNRWA staff members and found half were directly involved. That admission must include UNRWA staff we all saw on video half a year ago snatching Jonathan Samorano's corpse into a UN vehicle. And it must include UNRWA staff recorded bragging, "I have female captives, I caught one, I'm inside with the Jews." And it must include UNRWA staff who imprisoned hostages in their Gaza homes, according to the hostages who were held by them. Lazzarini, in the same breath as admitting UNRWA staff took part in October 7th, has the audacity to say that UNRWA is continuing life-saving work with more neutrality than anyone else. Life-saving work? On October 7th, it only did life-taking work, the most Jewish lives taken in one day since the Holocaust. Lazzarini wants your government to keep handing over your cash to the Hamas front, UNRWA. He wants to take your monies to subsidize Hamas's forever war on the Jewish state. Lazzarini is still covering up UNRWA's Hamas complicity. Why hasn't he released the full report? UNRWA must let us see the entire report, not just a press release. Lazzarini wants you to forget about the hundreds of hardened Hamas terrorists on UNRWA staff, about the thousands of Hamas affiliates, 10% of Gazan UNRWA staff, about the hundreds of thousands of Gazans indoctrinated to hate and murder in UNRWA schools, and about the millions of dollars diverted from UNRWA to Hamas's genocidal mission. Lazzarini wants you to believe that UNRWA only has 9 bad apples, as if even that would be okay, but to forget the Hamas intelligence headquarters underneath the UNRWA headquarters, literally drawing power from the UN complex above. It's true that not all Hamas murderers worked for UNRWA, but nearly all Hamas murderers were educated in UNRWA schools. UNRWA used your taxpayer funds to educate the monsters that gang-raped a man on October 7th. And now Hamas's UNRWA graduates have been using those same UNRWA schools to carry out their attacks. Back in 2004, 20 years ago, UNRWA's then head said, I am sure that there are Hamas members on the UNRWA payroll, and I don't see that as a crime. But UNRWA complicity with Hamas was a crime in 2004 and is a crime today, as is Lazzarini complicity. Investigate UNRWA. Investigate Lazzarini for aiding and abetting Hamas's murder. Tell your leaders, do not fund crime. Do not fund Hamas via UNRWA. International funding for UNRWA is a subsidy to Hamas terror. Once and for all, defund UNRWA, defund Hamas. In the meantime, Israel's soldiers are destroying Hamas. An estimated 17,000 terrorists have been killed so far. That's over half of Hamas's fighting force. Hamas commanders like Mohammed Deif and Ismail Haniyeh have been killed, and others like Yahya Sinwar are hiding in the dark. Hamas's ability to smuggle in weapons from Egypt or to manufacture weapons are basically destroyed. Just yesterday, Israel's troops in combat in the Gaza Strip killed Hamas's smuggling commander, Mohammed Mahasneh, and 45 more terrorists. Israel vowed at the war's outset to end Hamas's ability to again harm the people of Israel. And right now, they can't. Hamas cannot now carry out their promise to do an October 7th massacre again and again. Whatever comes next only succeeds as long as that is true.
Thanks for watching. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and hit subscribe to stay updated with our latest content. Until next time, stay informed and inspired. This is Djobnik signing off.